What's going on, guys? Doing my first reaction video, and I've been wanting to do this for a while now. Just didn't know what I wanted to react to, but I did know that I wanted to make a video on the new Bally collection by Rhuigi Villasenor. And super stoked to do this, super stoked to see it. It's been out now for a little over a week. His show debuted last Saturday. It is now the following Sunday. But I haven't had a chance to do this yet, or sit down and do this, and I haven't had a chance to figure out what the setup would be to do this. But so here we are. So I'm just gonna get everything ready on my end here, and then play the video. Now, quick, I guess, background for those of you guys that don't know. Rhuigi Villasenor, let me just pull him up here, is the creative director, designer, and owner of Rhude. Rhude is his personal brand. He was born in the Philippines, and he grew up in LA, and he just kind of made it on his own. And he's been huge now for a couple of years. I believe his success came from his famous bandana tee print, as I've seen and read throughout videos and articles. And he'll also attribute a lot of his success to the partnerships that he's made, whether it be Jay-Z or Virgil Abloh or what have you. Like, he's made a lot of great relationships in the business, and it's contributed to his success. And now, 2022, I actually don't know when he was named. Let's see. When did the announcement come out? Oh, beginning of January. So, this announcement came out in January 2022. So, the announcement came out that he'll be the new creative director and that it'll be for the 2023 spring-summer line. And so that's what we're about to see. So let's do this. First time. Excited. I've seen some clips and I've seen some videos of the pieces. I've never reacted to a fashion show before. I don't know if I'll have a lot to say. So, but let's watch it together. Let me just make sure this is all recording. Perfect. Okay. And I believe, so the name of the show is Ecadesis, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, which means the shedding of, like a new layer. Let me just double check that I have that correct. The process of shedding the old skin in reptiles or casting of the outer cuticle. It's a zoology term. Okay, so now that we know, and I'm sure it's essentially the meaning of a brand new chapter for Bally. I forgot who the previous director was. No disrespect, but I am really excited for Rhuigi. One, because he's Filipino, and I'm Filipino, and it's cool to see people of your own color, your own skin, your own culture at the top of the game, right? No matter what the industry is, whether you're in automotive or your food or whatever, or music, to see your culture at being done at the top level is super cool. So yeah, all right, enough of that. Also, Bally is originally, I believe, a Swiss company. Yes, it's a Swiss company that was making clothes for like adventure, like North Face, but like in the old days, like luxurious ski clothes. Let me just double check that also. Bally history. Yeah, so I guess let me just give you guys a quick rundown. This is off of the Bally site. So history is founded by Karl Franz Bally, which began as a family-run ribbon factory in Schnonenwerd. Quickly became a pioneering global brand by the turn of the century. As Bally industrialized its processes in 1854, it built infrastructure and services to support its employees and expanded stores from Montevideo, Uruguay, to Paris, France. Yeah, so here it says, we engineer functional fashion that breaks boundaries, whether it's reindeer boots worn by Tenzing Norgay during the first ever ascent of Mount Everest in 1953, technical curling shoes worn by the Swiss Olympic team, or the use of AI and 3D prototyping to inform our designs. We embrace a multitude of cutting-edge technology to maximize our possibilities. So that's essentially, very, very, very brief history on Bally. And then their quick little thing here on Mr. Villasenor. It says, in January 2022, Bally welcomed Rhuigi Villasenor as creative director. Born in Manila, Philippines, Rhuigi is the CEO and creative director of the brand Rude, which he founded in 2015. He will present his first collection for Bally with the Spring-Summer 2023 season. And so here we are. Okay, back to the video. I do love, I like I think this is velour. Love the look of that. Sorry if the quality of my screen record here isn't as great. Also for like those of you guys that like don't understand fashion shows or don't know or don't, I guess, like understand what the big deal is. Essentially, like a fashion show is just to present your vision for the brand and its concepts, right? It's kind of like concept cars as well, where like they put out the vision and the collection and the design for the brand, and then they showcase it, and you can wear it as is on the runway, or you can take pieces off the runway and adapt it to your own style. A lot of other fashion houses have really high concept pieces, which a lot of people just like are like so blown away by. Like, how do you wear that? That looks so stupid, or whatever, whatever. But it's just like it's concept, it's art, right? That's essentially what fashion design is. And then people will adapt it to their wardrobe, or will tone it down or bring it down and make it I guess you could say street ready. I'm not like a fashion expert in that sense, but just from what I know, yeah. So already you see that like the first suit with the velour, at least it looks like velour to me, and like the tiger print, first seen worn on a woman, now the pants are seen worn on a man. Also interesting, if you notice, I'm gonna be stopping and starting a lot. If you notice the shoes and the bag on that was reptile, which is interesting because I think it plays off of the theme, which is ecdysis. Also, what you notice from fashion shows is that like when a show is really good, so I mean, I'm stealing this line from Devil Wears Prada, a movie from a while ago, which if any, fashion head in here or on here knows anything, is probably one of the best movies in regard to fashion, in a sense of kind of like the corporate level of fashion, right? And so in that movie, Meryl Streep's character points out to Anne Hathaway's character about a blue sweater she's wearing. And I'm going on a straight tangent here, but just to break it down really quickly, she says that like you think that you didn't contribute to the fashion industry, or that you don't care about the fashion industry, and that you bought the sweater from a clearance bin or like a TJ Maxx, Marshalls type of store, when essentially that blue sweater that came down into the fast fashion industry side of the industry essentially came from a higher place, from a higher fashion house. And so at these levels right here, these trickle down to your fast fashion places, to your H&Ms, to your Zaras, to your Forever 21s, to your Urban Outfitters, to your Targets. They're all bite-offs off of the higher fashion houses. That's what that is. Sorry. That piece right there, too much. This piece right here is really cool. It's almost rude-ish as well. I guess you would assume that some of his designs will leak out or would play into Bally's designs. This is like the pants, the tank top. The pants are like a play off of like his track pants. It's also a play off athleisure, which was super trendy a couple years ago, which has been around now, less as trendy, but it's influenced a lot of the market. And then the tank top, so that's pretty cool to see. And a different material, so it's like elevated design. It's not so much athleisure anymore, but the details are there with the elastic waistband, and it feels like a track pant. This is very rude. I mean, this is very Rhuigi in general. Like the way what he's wearing here, this kind of like bomber-esque military-inspired suede jacket with the buttons, and in the denim, another play off of the reptile with the blazer, excuse me, and the suede pink shoes, and then the tank top underneath here. Really interesting. I can't really speak on women's wear. I can probably just speak on the style aesthetic of it, and the materials that it looks like they're using, but I won't have too much of an opinion on like how this might fit, obviously, or not obviously, whatever you choose to see there. I'm a sucker for this style right here. First of all, I love looser fitting suits, almost like 90-esque. But even earlier than that, right? Like suits in like the 40s, the 50s. Think about zoot suits in general, just like baggier, looser fitting suits. I think are, to me, quintessential luxury-esque of suit wearing. Think Italian style as well. I just love that. There's like so much swag in that wearing of suits, and I feel like suits tightened up when it got more corporate, and then after that it just kind of got preppy and so forth and so forth. And there's a place and a time for each style of suit, I believe, but in the world of just kind of like style and fashion and everyday wear, I think like looser fitting suits are, to me, like so much nicer. And I do love a woman in a suit. I think it's just so sexy and elegant, and like that, just like this look right here is just like super clean. I also love it, like it's interesting when creative directors have their models like hold the bags in a much different unconventional way, I should say, than normally, you know, which is always really cool. It's like it adds like a swaggerness of the walk on the runway, I believe. Like, what person would actually wear a bag like that or hold a bag like that when there's a handle to hold or to wear on a shoulder, right? Like, if it was a clutch maybe or a portfolio, understandable, but like to hold it like that, it's unconventional, right? And it's not the first time. This is not by any means the first time that anyone's ever held a bag like this, but I just putting it out there because I think it's cool. There's a swagness to it. Oh, look at this jacket. Oh, the boots. Dude, this is dope. This has a lot of influences on it. The buckles, I don't know what Rhuigi's point of reference is, or were or are for this, but you can almost already always tell who influences who, and art itself imitates art. And so this to me is very Chanel-esque, but it's also very much military style, which is really cool. I love the metallic on this, the color. I'm a sucker for pink. It's really nice. Look at those boots. This is dope. See, this is not only sexy because there's like a high slit in it and a low cut neckline, but like it's loose. There's that swagger, that confidence I keep talking about, and the way that she's holding that bag, and like she's, you know, like it's really on point. It's really clean. I also love the color of this. I feel like that's suede. I can't really tell. I'll have to look. We'll have to bring up the product pictures to see if they're available, which I think they are, and then we'll get to dive deeper into the materials of it all. It looks like it's suede though. See, that's cool. Let's go back. You know, in a couple of my Fit of the Week videos, I've mentioned that like I don't normally wear shorts on an everyday, like part of an everyday outfit kind of vibe. It's just something that like I feel like there's a youthness to it that I feel like a grown man. This is my own personal opinion. Okay, first of all, when it comes to fashion, you wear whatever you want to wear, and you don't have to care or think about or feel like fashion is important in general. You'll know in my videos that I've always said that for me it's about styling, creating an outfit. It doesn't matter about brands, it doesn't matter about rules. If it feels good to you and it makes you feel good, that's all that matters. But for me personally, don't prefer shorts as part of a casual outfit, because I feel like it gives me a youthness or a childlikeness that I don't want to portray in that manner. So typically I'll only wear shorts when it comes to like, you know, when it comes to just working out. Sometimes I will pair like a pair of running shorts with like a button up. I do like a juxtaposition in that way. Like if you've seen a lot of my fit videos, if I wear a t-shirt, I usually wear pants. I don't wear it with jeans, just to give a nice contrast concept. But bringing that back to the show here, it's really nice to see these shorts are like slack material, like pants material, which I feel like I want to play around with now, which is really nice. And then he did it here with a nice cable knit sweater and in the dark colors. Interesting, because it's supposed to be spring summer, so this is probably like an early mid-spring look. And then the slippers, which has been a trend for a minute now, and I think Gucci's the first one to do that. The slipper type of shoe. You know, I've been seeing this a lot lately, and I feel like in general the Mary Jane, which is a women's shoe predominantly, has been making its comeback for a while now. I think it's a whole 90s aesthetic that's just been coming back, and Mary Jane's has been around for a while. But it's interesting to see it now on a man. I personally don't like it, but it looks good. It looks good. So if you're somebody who could pull it off, why not? By the way, this is gonna happen a lot. I have been thinking about wanting to wear like skirts, like long skirts, almost like kilts. And there's so many amazing men who have done it already in the past, and I've seen it's usually been done at like red carpet events. And I don't think I've been brave enough, or maybe I just didn't know what type of style to maybe like try. But more and more lately, I've been really wanting to try to find a skirt. And I think it'd be like a longer version of a skirt, maybe like a pleated one all the way around. And I think what's making it easier for me now to try to adapt into my style is the gender fluidity of the way the industry has gone into, and the world in general, how open now we are to all these gender neutrals, which is making it great for a lot of different reasons. And so that's also like back to like the Mary Jane style shoe here. This is really interesting here. I love the color yellow. I feel like it's a very underused color. I feel like it's a color that looks good on me, but I just never buy. Here, what's interesting is that like it's a play off like the pajama-esque trend that's also happened in the past couple years as well. But here he's kind of elevated a little bit more, made the pants super nice and wide, which I'm just loving. I like the piping here and the stitching. Again, I love like the elegantness. I love what the looseness and the bagginess and the free-flowingness of this brings. It brings a level of elegance that just like, I just love. Ah, these greens. These greens. You know what's funny is that like as a kid, there's a lot of things that I hated as a kid or I didn't like as a kid that I love now. And like two colors that come to mind are browns and greens. I used to hate browns and greens when I was a kid. I just thought it was old. I thought it was boring. I thought it was like yucky in a sense. And maybe because normally I guess when you think about browns and greens, you think like nature, but like, I don't know what it is, but lately I've been all about browns and greens, and this like bluish green on the boots specifically, like, so nice. Again, it looks like a suede top. I love when just like materials. I was asked at a wedding once, like, how can I elevate my style? And I told them, I was like, listen, if you're someone who dresses well, and for me, dressing well is just that your clothes fit you perfectly. Right proportions, right fit, all that stuff. Dressing well doesn't mean you dress like in a fashion way. Dressing well just means your clothes fit nicely. For me. And I think for anyone in general. But they asked how do they elevate their style, and I told them, since you already dress well, you just gotta change the materials, the details, to set you apart slightly from everyone else. Because everyone else will rock that same silhouette, that same look, but if you change the materials a little bit, it'll automatically instantly set you apart. And I feel like, you know, like bringing that back to the suede on this blouse, so nice. This yellow is cool because it's like a pale yellow. Ah, look at those boots. I've seen Rhuigi wear python boots in a lot of his videos and images. I'm not sure what kind of boots he wears. Maybe they were always Bally. Maybe he started wearing them right before the announcement came along, and I noticed them. But those python boots, I don't know if I can wear python boots. I have boots. I have Stingray boots, cowboy boots, and I'm okay with it because it doesn't look like Stingray, at least. But I feel like, I don't know, I do feel weird wearing something that's like a real skin, if that makes any sense. I know that just sounds contradictory, but there's that blue-green suit again. That's very 90s also. That color, I feel like. What do you guys think about these slippers? Like, the fact that they're still around? I mean, it's funny because when I get dressed, I normally pick out shoes that I can like easily come in and out of. And when I have to tie up my shoes, like for instance today with the outfit that I wore today, which are Adidas Superstars. I don't have my shoes on now, but when I lace them up and I get home, like when I get home from somewhere, I just want to drop my things, and part of dropping my things off is just like also taking off my shoes really easily. And I feel like that's difficult when your shoes are laced and you have to untie your shoes. Coming back to the slippers, like I feel like maybe that's like a good move actually. There's that jacket again in a gold color. Those boots are very, very thin. Like, these models are thin, and the fact that the top of those boots at the ankles already are so fitted, I wonder how these will fit. I wonder if they're like maybe, because in a lot of these shows, they touch things up so that like it looks good on the runway, and it's not actually made that way. It does look like it tapers up a little bit, so maybe they pinched it or made it for the show specifically. But for women who are just normal walking around women, that's going to be not easy to get into. Those boots are not going to zip up. I am a sucker for a bag. Rhuigi walks around with this beautiful Hermes tote, like huge stuff. I don't know which one it is, but I'm a sucker for totes and bags. Ever since I was a little kid, I have a million bags, and I've gotten rid of a million bags. But already I can tell. I've seen some Bally pieces after they come out. They're out of my price range, if I'm totally honest, but like, man, they are so beautiful. This look has a little bit of a safari vibe to it as well. There are those like Mary, you know what, they're kind of like sandals, but they have a Mary Jane vibe to it. That tote! I don't know about the shorts. I think it's nice. It's not me. But the look together is. Look at that jacket. Wait, oh. Is that all you're gonna show the jacket? We gotta go back to that jacket. Look at that jacket. Look at that jacket. Oh, that is a piece. I can't even say more. That's it. It's just dope. This right here just gives me equestrian vibes. You know what I do want? What I do wonder about when it comes to fashion show or high level or high end luxury swimwear is bathing suits like this. I'm assuming that you can go into the water with it, but like, does it retain its prettiness, its luxuriness? I mean, it should, right? And I'm sure it would. I'm sure that if I were to, like, I'm the type of person like who's gonna use my stuff, right? Like, when it comes to sneakers and all that stuff, I used to be the type that collected and never wore them, but like, no, I don't do that anymore. I think it's really like, I think it's wasteful to not wear or use something that's meant to be worn, even if it is like a collectible item. To me, it's even cooler if you wear it. So even when it comes to like luxury items like Hermes totes and Louis Vuitton bags, if I see someone with a beautiful Hermes tote and it's sitting on a New York City dirty floor, that to me is even cooler. But back to the swimsuit part. For me, it's just like, does it get ruined? Does it stay? Like, I don't know. Random thought. That bag though, it's like doctor's bag. Like the way it opens up, at least that's what it looks like a old school tool bag. Oh. Also, does that top stay on you if you go in the water? Like when you come out, like, you know how like the water like pulls down your clothes, like, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like maybe these bathing suits are meant to be worn in like Saint-Tropez or like Monaco or something, where it's just like for show, you know, or like dining by the water kind of thing. It's like a tuxedo shirt, very equestrian. Is that like a wine bag? That's like a wine bag. Like a wine, like a gift, like a gift bag for wine, you know what I mean? Okay, so camera cut off. So we gotta go back a little bit. Let's see, where was I at? Yeah, cut off when I said gift bag for wine. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So tuxedo shirt, equestrianness. The suit. Okay, so I was saying, I was like, I'm living for these suits, and I was saying that like, I'm someone who always wanted to wear suits on an everyday basis, where it's just like the pants and the jacket, and whether you're wearing sneakers and a vintage tee inside, or a tank top inside, or whatever inside, but the suit is like the main outfit. I always said I wanted to do that. I was never able to do that because I always said, well, let me wait till I get to the right body size, or the size that I want to be at, because I'm someone who've always struggled with my weight, even till this day. After losing a lot of weight, I still struggle with my weight, and so with the idea of what I look like, at least. And so, but more and more lately, I just been like, well, if I keep waiting, I'm never gonna do it, right? So like, I've been like, I have some suits now that I bought that I want to start to just like incorporate into my everyday wear, and so all that to say, like, I'm loving these suits. Let's also talk about like the stage design here, like the wood, the metals, the play on the concrete floors with the lampposts, like the street lights. Like, obviously it's meant to be like a street. It's meant to like play off the street, right? Which is pretty cool. Yeah, so most of these pieces now we've seen that. Now we're just seeing like different colors of them and different ways to wear them. Oh, the music change. Oh, he brought out like a smoking jacket? Okay. I mean, that's very Rhuigi. Like, he smokes cigars, he drinks champagne. He's living that luxury lifestyle that not all of us are into. I'm not always into a lot of those things, but like, I do respect what he's doing, and like a lot of his, oh, here we go. This is very rude. The denim shirt with these snakeskin pants. That denim shirt is, oh, I'm a sucker for denim. Suit. Oh, was that black? The denim looks good. The denim looks really good. I like the silhouette. It's like a slim flare. It's like evening wear stuff now. I can't tell if that's a leather top or a satin top, but it's nice. Clearly a lot of reptile influences in this line. This is cool. See, this is stuff that's almost like that you could wear, that's right off the runway, as they would say. That you can just buy off the rack and just wear it straight up. I love that. I love that a lot. It's also interesting how like they're walking through this set. It's almost like a figure eight. Look at this suit. It's like a tuxedo suit. I mean, yeah, wide lapels. Oh. These are the looks for me. Oh, look at that one coming up. Oh, I love that. So good. This dress is almost like an ode to Issei Miyake, like the way the material is running. It's very Issei design. God, those heels look so scary to walk in. They're super thin. Like, I don't know if you saw that close angle shot there of like when she brought the heel down. It looked like it was about to like break. Oh, this Canadian tuxedo coming up. I love that. I love all of that. Look at that swag. Is that shirt like asymmetrical? Like, see how like it looks like it's straight and then it veers off to the side there? That's a nice touch. I love that the baggy denim is coming back. But a more elevated way. Like, what's funny with fashion and streetwear in general, and like even like the young generation, like streetwear is still cool, and it's even gotten probably even more cooler, but like kids nowadays, they want high fashion stuff, and they want it with like lowbrow stuff, which is kind of cool. Like, that wasn't always around like that. Oh, it's the end of the show. God, that denim look for me, that's the one. The denim look, the suits, that look with the black sequins looking like frillies. Oh man, such a moment for Rhuigi. Big moment for Rhuigi. Big moment for Filipino culture right here. I love the greens. Let's go. Wow, that was. I mean, if I'm obviously going to be very honest, which I'm always going to be. It wasn't a wow show. It wasn't anything innovative. I think what Rhuigi's good at is refining in details. Just from what I know and what I've seen thus far, from Rude to this, it's his refinement and his elegantness. I would say that's his touch so far, thus far. Like, he's only begun, right? Like, who knows where he's gonna be or where he's gonna end up. His first collection, Bally, I think it's nice. I think it's really clean, and I'm excited. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things.